Yes, yes, looking good. So up close, see, you can really focus on each and every tank. Right, I'm another level excited. Right, again, I can't even talk. I'm another level of excited because we're expanding. I know I've only been in here a month, but I filled it up already. We need to expand. Well, many of you have already seen this whole studio here, everywhere. Let me spin around. Sorry if that's making you dizzy. But obviously I always come in this door here. Now, outside that door is another door. So outside this door, up the stairs here, is this room. Now, I did show you this room when I first sort of looked at this place, and I decided not to get it because I didn't think I needed it. Well, I don't need it, but I want it. So I'm gonna be moving in here. I just need to take that desk out because what's that going to do? It's massive as well. Anyway, I've got so much stuff coming. But obviously it's important to remember there's no point expanding if you can't look after what you've already got. The tank behind me is the discus aquarium. It needs a water change. It's due one. Because of how established the filters were when I put them in, I don't actually have to do that many water changes on this tank. At the moment, I'm doing about 30% once a week, so just do that quickly now, and also it just needs a clean up in general. But I did put in those Siamese algae eaters, if you remember, and they're doing really well. They've done a great job, and there's not that much algae left over. Diatoms are dying down. It's gone through that start phase, and now it's just back on track to looking awesome again. Click subscribe. So the discus are actually pretty used to be taking the top off now. It doesn't really spook them too much. They're pretty cool with it, and they're used to my hands being in the water now. So when I put them in, look, they don't really freak out at all, because when I feed them, I actually put my hands in the water to make sure that the pellets get wet straight away and actually sink down rather than floating on the surface and getting sucked up into the, oh, what are you doing there? Bit of Anubius. Replant that. Anyway, yeah, stop it getting sucked up into this part here, which is down at the moment because I don't need it, because there's no surface scum at all. Which just shows how well the tank's doing. Look at that really cool algae that we've got right in the middle there. I love that. I could scrub it off, but it's staying on there and only there. It's not on any of the plants. It's this weird sort of fine green hair. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Hair green algae. If it covers the whole lot, that would look awesome. I'm not sure it will though. But anyway, yeah, down the bottom, bit of poo, but all the diatoms are clearing off of all the plants. The plants are starting to grow really nice. Yeah, we're doing well. Everyone is always astounded by the amount of stuff I can fit in this Ford Focus, the new one, not a sponsored post by the way. I have got 2.5 meters of particle board and two 60cm aquariums in here, and there's still space for a small child, a McDonald's, you know. The particle board is on top, but I've got a problem. Well, it's not a big problem, but something that needs addressing. The metal parts that stands here come up higher than where the wood sits, so I just need to hack off every single corner so that it all sits flush, because obviously, look, that'll flex otherwise with the tanks on top. Now, I could actually put 4 60cm tanks along this, but I think that's a little bit overkill and it might look a bit cluttered, so I'm going to go for one on this side, one in the middle, and then one on the other end, and then there's a gap in the middle for, I don't know, features, plants, whatever, or just to keep a nice gap between them, I think, because otherwise it just looks like a wall, and you can't have individual tanks if you've got a wall of tanks. So I've cut 1.5 with the hacksaw. It's taking way too long, so I'm switching to the Dremel. It's got diamond tipped bladey thing on it, so it should cut through easy. That looks sweet. So obviously this all looks nice and neat on camera, but I have got a lot of packaging to sort out. Most of it's recyclable though, so that's all good. Gonna break it all down, get it recycled, and then just chuck away. There's minimal actual packaging actually, to be fair, that you can't recycle, so that is good. So that all looks absolutely great, but I don't like that behind it. It's kind of spoiling it all, so I've got some more particle board to put behind it and just freshen it right up. Yes, looking good. So up close, see, you can really focus on each and every tank then. I'll probably space them out a little bit more as well. Last thing to do, paint all these shelves black so they don't look all horrible. There is the option as well of particle board in all of this section, but I actually want there to be tanks down here as well. Maybe just some sort of plant tanks or shrimp tanks, something like that. Things you don't have to go into regularly, because anything down low is always a bit of a pain. But yeah, I always think it's best to utilise the space where you can, so that's what I'm going to do with those areas. And then on this side we've got storage, a tank rack, and then plants or something, I don't know. Yeah, so two racks here of nanos, like side by side with like an air system. So we're using sponge filters, which I never normally do, but I want to keep them really plain and have like shrimp tanks, maybe some nano fish breeding, that sort of thing. So that'll be a cool little area in there, right next to all the scape tanks. So that is all the paintwork finished for the furniture anyway. On this side of the room, I've got loads more coming up for the other side of the room. And sorry if today's vlog was very time-lapse heavy. That was just because I wanted to show you guys the full process and the amount of work that goes into all of this, rather than just, it's done, you know? Plus it could be interesting for you guys if you want to set up something like this yourself. Now obviously there's many ways to do this, but I found this to be the most cost effective and still give a really neat finish. One of the main centerpiece tanks that I want to have in this new part of the studio is going to be an Amazon rainforest tank. So before I did the South American fish tank, you know, I had the angelfish in, but it was more of an aquascape with South American fish. Well, this one I want to do like Amazon style, so dark, leaf litter, big leaves coming in, big roots and all that sort of thing. Make like an embankment. Oh, it's going to be awesome. And massive Amazon sword plants, so like big plants, because you don't tend to get the sort of thin rotalas and stuff, well, you don't get them at all in, in South America, but that's going to be so good. I can't wait to do that. I've got a plan in my head, and if it comes to fruition, it is going to be insane.